This woman drinks a cup of something every night before bed, but that night, right after she finished drinking, she noticed a middle-aged man in the opposite building staring at her. At first she didn't think much of it, but the next day, he was still staring at her. She quickly told her husband about it. Her husband comforted her, saying it was probably just a coincidence, so she didn't take it too seriously. But soon after, a murder happened in the building across from hers. After learning the victim was a woman living alone, she became very frightened. Since her husband was away at work during the day, she was usually home alone. She became too scared to stay at home, so she went out to clear her mind. But while walking on the street, she kept feeling like someone was following her. Sensing something was wrong, she rushed into a movie theater. Just as she sat down in her seat, someone suddenly sat right behind her. She realized it was the person who had been following her. Terrified, she left the theater and went into a supermarket, thinking she had finally shaken off the mysterious stalker, but to her shock, the person had followed her there too. Curious, she tried to get a good look at his face, but he spotted her. She quickly ducked into the back of the store, trying to see his appearance more clearly, and realized he looked exactly like the man watching her every night. She ran away immediately. That night she told her husband about being followed. After hearing her story, her husband took her to check the supermarket's cameras, and they actually saw the man following his wife on the footage. To prevent anything bad from happening, her husband told her to never go out alone again. He also carefully installed curtains on the windows for her. They thought she would be safe staying home. But that night, while her husband was working late, there was a sudden knock at the door. She trembled in fear, thinking the man had come to her home. But after asking, she realized it was the elderly lady next door. Relieved, she opened the door. Turns out the old woman was looking for her lost cat. She quickly explained that she hadn't seen it. The kind old lady thought she must be lonely at home at night, so she asked her daughter to invite the woman over to chat. After talking for a while, they got along really well. Then the neighbor told her she kept a gun in her drawer, since she also felt scared being home alone. Having a gun helped her feel a bit safer. After the chat, the woman happily returned home. Curious again, she pulled the curtain and looked across the street. To her surprise, the man was still standing there. To find out if he was actually real, she waved at him, and he actually waved back at her. Realizing he truly was spying on her, she quickly told her husband again. He rushed to the balcony to check, but he didn't see anything. Still feeling uneasy, she called the police. She asked them to check the apartment across from hers, but they found nothing suspicious. Yet she still felt uneasy, so she decided to start tracking him herself. Every day after that, she secretly watched the man, thinking she would discover something eventually. But after several days of following him, she found his life was very routine, and he carefully fed pigeons by the road every day. But this only made her more curious about who he really was. One day, she followed him into an alley, and discovered he was a street cleaner. She thought maybe she had been overthinking everything, but that night she found her pillow had been moved. As she realized something was wrong, someone suddenly jumped out. At that very moment, she woke up. It had all just been a dream, but all the strange events had really gotten to her. She told her husband they should move right away. For her safety, her husband agreed to the idea. But she still had one lingering question. What was that man's real reason for watching her every night? So she gathered her courage and took a chance. She went to his building and knocked on his door. But it wasn't him who answered. It was an elderly man with white hair. She quickly said she must have knocked the wrong door, and left in a hurry, but right then she bumped into the man coming home. She quickly got into the elevator to leave. She planned to just stay one last night before moving out. But unexpectedly, that night the police came knocking on the door. It turned out the man had called the police saying she was stalking him, and had come to his home to threaten his father. The woman felt deeply wronged, but to avoid conflict, she apologized to the man. To her surprise, this led to a big argument with her husband. Upset, she took the subway to get some air. At that moment, the man who had been watching her appeared, but she was no longer afraid. She directly asked him why he watched her every night. The man finally opened up. He said his father was weak and seriously ill, and he was under immense pressure, so he developed the odd habit of watching people at night to cope. After hearing the truth, she quickly left the station. She went home and started packing right away, determined to move out that very night. But then loud music suddenly started playing from the neighbor's apartment. Realizing that playing music at night was strange, she immediately went to knock on the neighbor's door, but the door was unlocked. Curious, She stepped inside to take a look, and found that something terrible had happened to her neighbor. At that moment, someone suddenly rushed out. It turned out to be that same man. Meanwhile, her husband had returned home. To find that the apartment was empty, he quickly called his wife's phone, only to hear her ringtone coming from the neighbor's apartment. He hurried over to check it out, and saw the strange man walking out of the neighbor's apartment. While he was still confused, something happened to the man. It turned out the woman had crawled to the drawer and grabbed the gun, and brought everything to an end. It wasn't until then that the husband finally understood his wife.